Hi, my name's Mark, and in this video, I'm going to walk you through a bit of a problem I had with a recent video production that I was doing. So, in some of my other videos, I've talked through how I needed to produce over 160 short talking heads videos, which were pretty much all the same, different person, but then a lower third with the name and the job role. And it sounded easy, but scaling it up to that many was a massive pain. So I've got some other videos you can look at, which I'll link below, about some of the processes I use this for automating that. And this is now kind of the end of the process. So one of the things I needed to do was once all these videos were loaded into YouTube, which in itself was not an easy task, was then to actually have all of them as kind of published. So I'm just going to share my screen here, and you'll actually see that what normally happens when you add a load of videos to YouTube is that they all sit sat as draft, which, to be honest, is what at first look is okay. Maybe I can just kind of click through on these, and then there's a thing you can do in the YouTube Studio is where you can kind of update bulk information about these particular things. So you go in and you say, right, I want to change this from public, private to unlisted, and then you kind of update those videos. But for some reason, when you do it, they will just all sit there as a draft. So it's now updating it. And you could do this to multiple videos. You could do this to hundreds at once and it will apply it across the whole lot. You can update titles, descriptions, but you can see, here we go. So these videos that I've actually just looked at are still as draft. It's like, man, this is going to kill me. I don't want to go through every single video and have to update it. So the process now normally is click on the video. There's the description. I now need to go next, work my way through, next. No copyright issues found, set it as unlisted. So that's taken me 10, 15 seconds. But as soon as I start multiplying that by hundreds, I then start to get into this is hours of work. So what is the solution? So what I've actually got opened here is Comet, which is the amazing AI-driven browser from Perplexity. And what it effectively does is it allows you to type in the site. So it's got a virtual assistant built into it. So I can click the assistant and it pops up on the side. And then you can start asking it questions. So straight away, it's looked at the page and said, what should I do? Summarize these videos, extract key. I don't want to do any of that. One of the great things it can do is it can actually start to take over your computer for you. So I actually wanted to go through and take these videos, click on them, and then go through all the steps that I just did, update them, and set them then as unlisted instead of draft. So let's have a look and see what it does. So I'm going to say I need, in here I have a number, have a number of YouTube videos, and I need to change them all to unlisted instead of draft. Can you click through on each video, then click next through the prompts, through each page, and then at the end, set it as unlisted. There are over 100 videos. If you need help, let me know, including moving to the next page. So I think at the moment I've got it set to have 50 on a page, so including moving to the next page of videos. So let's have a look. This is the cool thing. So that's my prompt. Let's see what it's going to do. So let's have a look. So it's thinking about it. So that's racing through really. So let's see. So it's going through for every video. So it's actually thinking about it. And there we go. Actually, it's opening up the video. It's looking at this test one I've got here. And there we go. It's clicked next on its own. As you can see on the side, I can see there's many draft videos that need to be changed or unlisted. Let me start with the first one. And that's it. I can see that I'm now in the video, the test one. Perfect. I can see I'm at the back of the main content list, and it shows test Darren Gibson. Now it shows it's saved as private. So maybe that's not quite what I wanted to do. Let's see how that. So up here it says saved as private. That wasn't quite what I was after, but it's still sort of thinking about it down here. So it's saying reasoning. So it's thinking about it. So I'm just going to let it run and just see what it does. So here we go. So now it's getting to the next page. It's going through the checks page. And you can see down here, there's the kind of pause comment assistant. So this assistant has taken over the page, and the page is kind of highlighted in this. The special kind of AI has its own special sort of color, so it's got a sort of pulsating border around the page now. So let's see. It's going to sit in there, still thinking about it. I'll pause this for a second, and we'll jump through in a second when it gets started again. Okay, so we're kind of back, and it's now got to this page where the options are private, unlisted, or public. So let's have a look. Oh, there you go. It's clicked on unlisted, which is brilliant. And this is not fast. This is not fast. But I think in terms of what AI can do, in terms of looking at your page, understanding what's on there, and taking actions on your behalf, this Comet browser is amazing. And I've only really got started with it the last couple of days, so I can't even imagine the sort of things you can do. But I think it can do stuff like check and reply to emails for you. So now it's hit that one there. I don't know what it's doing now. It's trying to go into log into X, which is a bit bad allowed. So let's just, I'm going to come back to the page I was on. Here we go. I can see the video is being successfully published, which is great. I think what it's done actually is, I think in its attempt to move out of this page, I think it's clicked on the X button. So it's gone a bit rogue, but let's see where it's going. It's now thinking about it, saying it's back at the main page. Here we go. It's back at the main page now. That's good. So now let's see if it can work its way through. So that first video up there was already unlisted. So actually, there's probably some instructions I need to give it to make sure that these videos, it's not unnecessarily editing videos that are already set at that status. So it's going through again. So this actually looks like it's now working. So it's come back, it's got the next video, it's opening it up, going through every page, clicking next, thinking through each step. It doesn't seem to be just repeating the process. It seems to be coming back and reasoning through each one. So it is slow. So I think the way that I would do this is a bit of a set it and forget it kind of process. Get it going, go off and have a cup of tea, go and do something else whilst you're waiting for this to happen. This is not a run it in the background whilst you're working on other projects. I think where this browser's at the minute is that each one of these is taking probably a minute each. So if we've got 160, it's going to take a few hours, but I'm happy to kind of leave it running, and we'll come back to it and see where it gets to. So there we go. Oh, that's the next one. So I'm going to let it run. I'm going to pause this, and we'll come back and we'll see how it goes in a few minutes. So I've jumped back into this, and now it's probably up to about the 7th or 8th. I can see the reasoning. I can see now I've successfully selected unlisted for this video. So it's going on and on and on. It's slow. So I'm going to go and put the kettle on, and I'll jump back and I'll see how it's going in a few minutes. Okay, so it looks like we've hit a bit of a snag. It's done 26 of the videos, and then it's kind of stopped. So not quite 100% there. So let's have a look. I'm going to close this video, and I'm going to see, right, okay, I've got a whole bunch here. So I'm just going to say, right, so continue updating videos. Make sure you only update videos that are in draft mode. Go through, complete everything on this page that is in draft. Change it to unlisted. So I did actually manage to go and make a cup of coffee. So I'll drink that, and I'll see what we get when we come back. So let's set it off to go. Oops. Right, and let's see what it does this time. So again, it's going to have a bit of a think about it, and let's see what it comes up with. So it's checking the remaining draft videos. So that's what I told it to do. It's kind of thinking slowly. Okay, and it's off again. It's opened up my next video. It's having a look at it. It's definitely the first one in the list that was on draft mode. So again, it seems to be the thing that really holds it up is it has to reason through everything every time, rather than, hey, I worked out how to do this once. Now I know how to do it. I'll do it again. So that's interesting. You see now I can see that I've updated it. Now I need to close the editor and move on to the next one. So it's really like someone sitting there talking to themselves through the whole, right, I've done the first one, I need to do the next one. Okay, good, well done, I've done. Like it is a bit, it definitely needs constant reinforcement of itself and what it's doing. So let's see, excellent. Now it's back on the main page. It's picking up the first video. Let's see where it goes again. I'm going to make another cup of coffee. By the time I come back, I could be off my face on caffeine. And so it's kind of continued through now, and it's got through to what it thinks is the end and says it's got 4 left. But I think that's just 4 left on this page. So let's just have a look. So yes, do the final 4, send it off on its way, and just have a look. So I can see here there's 4 on the page there. So clearly there's a few more to do, but I need to now get through to the other page. So I think so far we're kind of all up about 10 minutes in. When I paused the recording, it actually kept pausing a lot, and I had to keep saying resume the copilot, well, the kind of copilot thing in there. So who knows what it's doing? But it seems to be running again, and it's kind of updating things, which is great. So let's see how it continues on. Okay, so it's finished those final 4 on that page, which is great. But now we have another page with another 50. So it is actually slow going. And I wouldn't want to do this if I was under kind of time pressure. This is definitely kind of leave it, just run in the background. So I'm going to ask it now, just run the remainder on this page. So I've now browsed to the next page. Please process the rest. And let's see, and off it goes. And this is going to be a slow process again, but I think the headlines here are Comet, an amazing browser. I'm really looking forward to getting to grips with this and working out what it can do. So I think there's a lot of potential here. This use case that I've used, I think is brilliant, but I think the kind of caveat here is it's very slow. So this is not the kind of job you want to do when you're in a rush. So Comet, I give you a kind of solid 6 out of 10. Most of those 6 are for execution, and there's a few four missing for just kind of speed of that process. I probably could enhance my prompts and get it to browse to the next page. Be really interesting to see if you've done something like this. You can comment down in the comments and see if you've done this before, if you've done something similar, and the kind of success and results you've had. But I'll put the link to Comet down below. Have a go yourself, see what you can do, and see you next time.